Alright guys, Rich here from the RC Network, and this is going to be a build update on my GMade R1 Rock Buggy. Now, I've already ran it a couple of times, and I decided I needed a couple of upgrades just to help it perform slightly better. Now, this R1 Rock Buggy comes pretty much ready to go. You do need to install electronics in it, but these couple of upgrade items are really going to help it perform even better on the trail and also on the rocks. So let's take a look at what I installed, and I'll show you step by step what they look like and how they will improve the performance of this R1 Rock Buggy. Now, in the video description, I will include all of the links to each of the parts that I installed from the GMadeUSA.com website, so you can refer to that if you have any other questions. Now, the first thing that I did install right here across the front shock tower and the rear shock tower are the shock braces. Comes as a little kit, and all it is red anodized aluminum rod that goes across there and strengthens the plastic shock tower. So I was noticing on the trail that there was a little bit of flex there, and it just helps strengthen everything and get you a little bit better performance with the shocks and articulation and everything. The second thing I installed, and probably the most important item, kind of going here, not in importance, but as I see them on the rig, are the two skid plates, and you'll see both of them there. The center skid plate is definitely needed because, you know, rocks aren't round, so when you get caught up on rocks, you could have a sharp edge in there, and the plastic skid guard that's underneath this had kind of grooves and whatnot, and things were getting caught up. So this one has kind of almost like a non-stick surface on it, and it's super smooth and slick, so I think this will definitely be a good add-on. This is aluminum. It's a little less than 1/8 of an inch, and it bolts on just with the 4 screws. The front skid guard is definitely needed, in my opinion. It gives you not only a skid guard here for the front differential or front pumpkin, but it also gives you a little bit of a front bumper there, or something to hit this rather than hitting the front steering linkage, which is definitely needed. So all in all, I think this one is definitely cool. Also has some cutouts right here. If you happen to hit dirt, it'll just kind of fall through there and not get totally caught up. So those were those three. The next thing I installed were the 7-degree C-hubs. Not only are they machined aluminum, but they also give a little bit different angle to the C-hub. And the importance of that, and I'll show you right here what the angle looks like, and I'll make it a little bit more obvious. You can kind of see how the angle is just slightly, as my hand gets in the way, they're kind of like that. And what that does is get you a little bit better steering, or a little bit tighter steering, and also get you a little bit different approach angle when you're hitting the rocks. So all in all, I think that's going to not only, with the aluminum, beef up the front end, but it's also going to give you a little bit better driving when you're going over the rocks. The last thing that I installed were the Junfac, which is also part of GMade, their steel center drive shafts. And being that the GMade uses the plastic ones, I think the steel ones with the power plant I have in this rig, the Tekin 45 turn Pro hand wound motor, I think these steel ones are going to do an awesome job. We'll kind of take a look at these in here as I close it on up. And pretty much all steel. They're very, very similar to the MIPs. MIPs use a spline drive. These are kind of like what I call the D drive. In other words, they're flat on one side, round on the other, so they definitely fit in nice. They installed very easily. Only downfall of these, they do use 2 set screws on either side, where the stock ones used a threaded one that went all the way through. I tried using that one, but it seemed a little bit loose. This one's definitely tight. There shouldn't be any issues. The only problem is getting those 2 little set screws, not only on this one, but on the one that's hidden way deep inside there. You can kind of see that. So anyways, that went on good. Good solid performance here. I think it's going to give you some steel, especially if you have a good power plant in your R1 Rock Buggy. So all in all, those are the upgrades that I installed. once again, I will have a linkable item in the video description so you can take a look at it firsthand. And that's it. If you have any questions about these upgrades, please post it on down below. And as always, thumbs up and subscribe. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.